Well, Kapil Sibal, the law minister, has said that we need to have a separate law on match fixing to deal with match fixing, that the current laws don't have a provision for dealing with it. What do you think of that? Do you think it's a good idea?
Yes, I think it is a very good idea. It's a very good idea because, so far there has really been no serious deterrent excepting that of being banned from playing forever. You could be coming towards the end of your career, or you might actually sense that your career is going nowhere, and you might say to yourself that, look, what is a life ban going to do? It's not going to do much. So might as well indulge in this malpractice. So I think a law like that, which will involve severe punishment, will be most welcome by everybody else. And I also think that, if you're going to use the word cheating in that the word, for the dopers, guys who are taking drugs, I think they also should come under this, because that is also cheating the sport and cheating the followers as well, because you're taking performance enhancing drugs, and that to my mind is cheating. I accept the fact that some of our athletes come from a rural background and may not always know what they are taking. So I understand that aspect, but I believe that doping also should come under the cheating law.
One of the other interesting debates, of course, that's been raised ever since this issue broke is on whether legalizing betting is an answer. Do you think that would help? Do you think it's time to have a debate on that?
I don't know, because look, people will be vulnerable. Whether you in England, betting's been legalized. You've still had issues in England as far as cricket betting, cricket fixing is concerned. You've had issues in horse racing, although it's legalized. So those who want to go crook will always go crook. So I don't think legalizing anything is going to make that much of a difference, because betting is going to go on. People are going to try and influence the result of the game, and it's the vulnerable ones who are going to be falling a prey to that.
Well, Mr. Gavaskar, do you believe that the T20 format in particular lends itself to these problems? Because here you have a situation where earlier cricketers, perhaps like yourself, didn't make so much money from the game. Now they do make so much money, and still they do this.
I think any format of the game, really. I mean, when somebody decides to have a bet, then he is going to have a bet, and he is going to try and win the bet come what may. And it's in the bookies' interest to win, because then they don't have to pay out. And that's the reason why the bookies are always going to try and get some of the players under their wings and try and influence the course of the game.
Do you also believe, as many have said in the last few days, there's also been an utter failure of authorities here, of the BCCI in particular, to address this problem seriously all these years? Because here we are talking more than 10, 11 years after the original match-fixing scandal broke, and we're still talking about the same issues.
But what could they have done? I don't see what more they could have done. They have started an education program at the National Cricket Academy, where our younger players and some of our younger future stars go. I believe there's an education program over there. So I don't know what more the BCCI could have done. You could say that they could have increased vigilance, but how? Because you see, they do not, unless you have people who know what is going to happen, or how patterns of the game can be influenced, and how patterns of the game are natural, and how some patterns of the game are unnatural. For that, you need a lot of experience, and I don't think, therefore, it's going to be the easiest thing in the world to be able to spot that little bit of unnatural thing that comes through. If it happens just once in a 40-over game, we'll probably never be able to notice it.
You said the other day that as a commentator, you feel like an idiot when you look at how this controversy blew up. That when you sit in the commentary box now, you don't know whether you're commenting on a genuine delivery or not. When you sit in the commentary box today, has some of that faith in the game worn off? Some of that sheen worn off?
No. For me, because I love cricket, despite all that happens, sometimes your team loses and you tend to be despondent for a couple of days. But you come back, because, this is the game that you love. This is the game that has given you a life, a career, just about everything. So, no, I don't think I get to that stage. But yes, there are times when things happen and I say to myself, I just shake my head. And I shake my head and I do it and say to myself at the end of it, I hope that was a genuine cricketing reason. That is happening a little more over the last few days than say before. So that is the only thing that has changed over the last few days. And when I see something happening, I say, oh, I hope it's a genuine cricketing reason why that unexpected thing happened.
I guess some faith in the game does get shaken there, no matter what. Mr. Gavaskar, thank you very much for speaking to us. Well.